In this video, we'll be discussing escape characters and sequences. So by the end of this lesson, you'll understand what escape characters are and why they exist, how to include quotes, new lines and tabs inside strings, and the most common escape sequences used in JavaScript strings. So what is an escape character? So in JavaScript, the backslash is called the escape character. It tells JavaScript, hey, the next character means something special. So let's go through an example here using double quotes. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to add double quotes within a string value. And as we know, usually double quotes or single quotes are used at the beginning and end of a string. So what we want to do in this case is we want to include the backslash before each quotation that is within the string value. So let's define a sentence called, or that holds a value of he said backslash quotation JavaScript is awesome. And we need another backslash quotation again, and let's print this out. Okay, let's run this. And he said JavaScript is awesome is what this outputs. And this happens because the backslash is essentially telling JavaScript that the quotes are part of the text, not the string beginning or ending. So we can use this same trick for single quotes as well. So let me get rid of this, and we want to create a message that says, it's a great day to learn JavaScript. And we want to put this string value in between single quotations. So since it's apostrophe S, we want to include a backslash before the apostrophe. So let's let message equal it apostrophe S backslash apostrophe S, a great day to learn JavaScript. Okay, and now we're going to print this out. And we're going to run this, and it's a great day to learn JavaScript. So this is printed out our desired output correctly, and this is because we've used the backslash before the apostrophe S. Okay, so now let's use the backslash for a backslash itself. So let me get rid of this. So let's say we want to use or create a file path. So what we want to do in this case is we want to write a backslash before another backslash to tell JavaScript that we don't want to treat this backslash in the same way as we usually do. So let's create a file path here. And what we want to do is use double quotes, and we want to double slash here, double backslash users, because we want a single slash in our output. Okay, and let's print this out now. And what you'll see is that the file path will output each backslash once because we put a backslash before another one. So it's essentially telling JavaScript, okay, we will print out this one backslash since you have another backslash in front of it. So that is how we actually use backslashes for backslashes themselves. So now let's create new lines in tabs. So these are called escape sequences. So for new lines, you use \n, and for tabs, you use \t. And I'll go through \n first. So let's say we want to create a text that has 3 separate lines, one that says line 1, line 2, and then line 3. So let me define this variable here. Let text equal line 1, \n. So that shows that we want to create that new line. We're going to do \n again because we want to create a new line for line 3, and then \n there. So we're going to console.log this, and print it. And as you can see, it is printed out 3 separate lines, line 1, line 2, and line 3. And this is all because of the escape sequence \n. So now let's try this with tab. So tab works a little bit differently. So it essentially will create an indent or a space between words within the string. So let's try an example here where we have item, price, and quantity, and we want to tab in between each word. So we're going to say let tab example equal item, and then we're going to do \t, price, \t, quantity, \t. And let's print this out. And we're going to run this. And as you can see, it has created spaces in between each word here. That is because we have used the escape sequence \t to tab spaces between each word. So now let's try to mix these escape sequences together. So let's say we want to create an output here. Let me show you what it is. Shopping list, which has apples, bananas, and oranges. So we want a new line and then a indent before each item. So to do this, we have to combine new line and tab. So let's define a variable here called letMixed equal shopping list, and then we're going to new line, and then we want to have a tab before apples. And then what we want to do is a new line, and we want to tab this again for bananas. So we're going to do bananas. And then we are going to do this one more time. So we're going to \n \t, and we are going to do this now for oranges. So now let's print this out. So we're going to console.log mixed, and we are going to run this. And as you can see, it has printed out the desired output. And this is how we combine using \n and \t. So now let's try to print out this shopping list without indents for a template literal. So we want the exact same thing. So let me just move this back. And we're going to do this with a template literal. So this is more of a modern approach, and this is how you can write multi-line strings without escape characters, or escape sequences, I should say. So let's let shopping list equal backslashes, and we're going to write out the shopping list here. And we're going to have apples, bananas, and oranges. And we are going to then print this out. So let's run this. And as you can see, it has printed out the shopping list with apples, bananas, and oranges using a template literal rather than escape sequences. So this is more of a modern approach, and this basically is an easier way to show this because you're actually able to write everything in the file itself rather than, or in the order that you want it, rather than using \n, \t, etc. So this is just a way to format it easily in the file itself. Okay, let's go on to a few practice examples now. So I'm going to write out the example here, what we want to output. So we want our output to say, Albert Einstein once said, imagination is more important than knowledge. So first, looking at this, we know that the only thing we're going to have to use is the / escape character. So what we want to do here is we want to create a variable. Let's say let Einstein equal Albert once said, and we want to do backslash, double quote, imagination is more important than knowledge, backslash, quote. And let's print this out to see if we get the correct output. And yes, it has given us the correct output that we wanted initially here. So we've gotten this example correct. So let's do another example now. So let me write the desired output. So what we want to do is we want to write path to file, new line, indent, and then the file path itself. So what we have to use in this case is \n, \t, and backslash. So let's give this a try. So we're going to say let file path equal path to file, and then we're going to do \n, \t, because we want a new line, and then we want a tab here. Then we're going to do C:\\, so we can get one backslash here, projects, \\JavaScript. Again, we're going to do that, lesson22.js. And let's print out this file path. Oh, not terminal, debug console. And we've done this correct again. And in this example, we have used \n, \t, and regular backslash. Okay, so we're going to go through one more question here, and it's a bit of a challenge question. So let me write a comment here. Okay, and I want you to try to solve this on your own first, and I'll of course go through it right now as well, but pause the video and try it for yourself first, and I'll go through it now so you can see what the answer is. So what we want to do for this question is write a string that prints the following exactly. Welcome to my code, learning never stops, let's keep going. So what we need to use in this case is we need to use the new line and the tab escape sequence. We actually don't need to use backslash for this case because we are putting this in between. Oh, we do need to use backslash actually because we do have double quotations. So we won't have to use it for the single quotation because we will wrap the string in double quotations. So when we are using double quotations, it is appropriate to have single quotations without a backslash within the string. So let's let sentence equal welcome to my code, and we're going to do a new line and then a tab, and then we're going to do a backslash with a double quote. I'm going to say learning never stops, period, backslash, and then we're going to do a new line, let's keep going. So let's print this out, and let's run this. Welcome to my code, learning never stops, let's keep going. So it has given us the desired output, the output that we wanted initially here. So if you were not able to do that on your own, go through the video again and try to solve each question yourself. It's really good practice. And if you were able to, good job, and move on to the next video to improve upon your JavaScript skills. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you for the next one. Thank you.